Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the franchise. I know it's been a few days since the last episode, but I'm cutting down my streaming schedule a bit in the coming weeks, if not permanently. Hasn't been decided yet fully, but that means I should be able to get out more episodes more consistently. So look forward to that, hopefully. But today we're up against the Denver Broncos again. We had an upset over them last time. They're sitting at 4-7. We're 4-6. I think they're the better team. We kind of got lucky last time, but our defense was stellar, and it's been stellar most of the year. So we'll see how that holds out. Let's get to it. Coming off a dominating win against the Dolphins. Fins were not up. All right, let's go.
It's week 12 of the National and we'll see Brock Bowers. You always need eyes on him. Fourth most catches in the NFL. It's the Raiders and the Broncos, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Just west of the world-famous Las Vegas Strip, we're at the site of Super Bowl 58, Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
Here's the veteran Will Lutz to get us going. Off we go from Vegas. From the 6, here comes a return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the veteran, still going. Former Super Bowl MVP, comeback player of the year in 2023, it's Joe Flacco.
One thing about this guy that's pretty clear, Mike, is there's not a whole lot that rattles him. He does a good job staying even keel. You don't know if he just threw a pick or if he just led his team to a touchdown drive, and that was kind of the case last week.
Ooh. Oh, man.
Into a bunch of back-breaking mistakes, and he shook it off and kept playing. Now, can he keep that mentality as the rest of the year unfolds? And if he does, he's going to give his team a chance every single week.
That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. Man in motion here is Tucker. Off play action. He'll set up to throw, and they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
On fourth down, last year's All-Pro punter A.J. Cole on now for the Raiders. Back deep is Darius Davis. This fielded inside the 35. The Broncos led by the rookie, quarterback Bo Nix out of Oregon. The rookie, the last of the quarterbacks taken in the first round, number 12 overall. He's been around. He's 24 years old. But the rookie runs it for the Broncos.
He's coming off one of those games, Mike, where he just wasn't good enough. I mean, he wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination. He was good at times. He just wasn't good enough times. And I think when you're playing the quarterback position and all of the focus is on you, your play has such a direct correlation between wins and losses that when you don't play your best, the magnifying glass is on you, so he needs to
bounce back
this week. He needs to be more productive in the passing game, generate more big plays, and then eliminate the turnovers. He cannot continue to throw the ball to the other team.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. There's a short one taken by Ingram.
Ooh.
And he's going to be taken down.
So many of these young rookie quarterbacks, they come into difficult situations. We see it year in and year out. They don't have a lot of veteran pieces around them. Maybe their weapons aren't great, but I don't think that's the case for Bo Nix.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
Shredding our defense.
They'll try to run this one in. Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stop him short. No gain. Once more from the 2. 3rd and goal. They'll run. And this time he's in. J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown Broncos.
All right, that was not a great start.
Touchdown on the year. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. This returnable from the 4. And he stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Raiders offense and their running back set to go once more. And he continues to be a thorn in the side of defenses trying to stop him. Currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing.
That's not bad.
Flacco. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. They'll break
Rookie.
It's 2nd and 5. Now Flacco.
Where are you? Was Ashton trying to block?
Back to Bowers. He's got it again. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
And you see the rookie tight end, Brock Bowers, pick up the 1st down. Mike, of all the tight ends that I've watched in college over the last, call it 10 years or so, I'm not sure if I've seen a more dynamic, ready for the NFL tight end than Brock Bowers. I mean, 2-time Mackey Award winner, 700-plus yards each of the last 3 seasons. He can get downfield. He can make tough catches. He can run with the ball after the catch. I mean, there's not a lot this guy can't do, and I think he's got a shot to be that next big-time young breakout rookie tight end.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Flacco to throw. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll motion over Thielen. To throw is Flacco. That's to the right side and caught by Bowers. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
All right, here we go.
Flacco.
There we go.
He'll get this out to his running back. And he will
Or not.
get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Handoff here, up the middle. He'll maneuver his way down to the 32. John Franklin Myers there on the stop. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Now, faking the game.
Oh no, throw it.
That's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
Sometimes you just have to
Back
know when the
go.
play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Flattened.
Here's A.J. Cole now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And that's That's going to work out well. Out of bounds, and they mark it
Nice.
inside the 5-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to take over for their second possession. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down. Nix from the gun on 3rd down.
Get him.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a 1st down. A handoff as they try to run it here.
Doesn't mean we'll do anything with it.
To midfield, so no gain on that one. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Flacco to throw. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Apologies for no audio past this point. There was a glitch in my software when the game crashed. And apparently it stopped working. Enjoy the rest of this in silence.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here. And there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. There's a short one taken by Ingram. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Now it's Dobbins. And he'll take this one up to about the 34-yard line. On comes the punter now. And he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Raiders offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he continues to be a thorn in the side of defenses trying to stop him, currently second in the NFL in rushing. They'll begin here on the ground. And let's give him about 4 on that one. Dre Greenlaw in on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6. A first carry now for Rico Dowdle. Whoa. And this is going to be a Raiders first down. The tackle's made it about the 38-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Room to run past midfield. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big-time play for Vegas. 33 yards.
If you have a shot to bring him down early, you just can't miss, Mike. Not against a runner like this. If he slips that first tackle, you can see how much more he can add to a run.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's 2nd down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. To throw is Flacco. He's got it at about the 8. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
A run on 1st and goal. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
You have to wonder if next time, does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play? It was clear before the ball was snapped, this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line. Big play coming up. 3rd and goal. Now Flacco. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by the veteran Stephon Gilmore.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot to get his hands on the ball and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
They'll go play action with Nix. That's over the middle to the tight end Ingram. Now we get whistles. Time has run out. The first quarter has come to an end. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll give it to Dobbins. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Here's 3rd and 2. A run with Dobbins. Here's their punter now, as he's on to punt for Denver. This brought in out past the 20. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Here's 1st and 10. Flacco to throw. Over the middle. That's the tight end, Bowers. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
And you see the rookie tight end, Brock Bowers, pick up the 1st down. Mike, of all the tight ends that I've watched in college over the last, call it 10 years or so, I'm not sure if I've seen a more dynamic, ready for the NFL tight end than Brock Bowers. I mean, 2-time Mackey Award winner, 700-plus yards each of the last 3 seasons. He can get downfield. He can make tough catches. He can run with the ball after the catch. I mean, there's not a lot this guy can't do, and I think he's got a shot to be that next big-time young breakout rookie tight end.
Here's 3rd and 7. Flacco. That's to the right side and corralled by Thielen.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to get back at it. The next drive about to get started. Before it does, I want to take a look ahead at what's coming up this week. Tonight, Sunday Night Football, Eagles and Rams. Great NFC battle at SoFi. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, it's the Ravens and Chargers also at SoFi Stadium. And we'll take a peek ahead now. The Thanksgiving Day triple header starts with Bears-Lions in Detroit, Giants-Cowboys in Arlington, and a good one to wrap up the holiday. Dolphins and Packers from Lambeau Field. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
So many of these young rookie quarterbacks, they come into difficult situations. We see it year in and year out. They don't have a lot of veteran pieces around them. Maybe their weapons aren't great, but I don't think that's the case for Bo Nix.
Antonio Pierce objecting to that previous call, and out comes the red challenge flag. What they're looking at here is the spot of the football. Always tricky to get this exactly right, but it only takes a few inches to make a big impact. So slow this down, find a landmark on the field, and determine where the spot should be. He'll take a shot with Mims. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll throw. It's Nix. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. The Raiders offense and their running back set to go once more. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Flacco to throw. Now a timeout called by the defense. On 3rd down, they'll try and run it with a draw play. And he will take this up past the 30-yard line. That's going to be enough for a 1st down.
Wow, a little change of play call here, and that's typically not what we see at this down and distance. That's typically a passing down, Mike, but they catch the defense off guard, keep the ball on the ground, and they're able to pick up enough for the first down.
And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up third down. They'll motion over Thielen. Here's Flacco. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. 15 yards through the air. First down, Vegas.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down. Throwing, Flacco. That's to the right side, and caught by Bowers.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. They'll stick with him again. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. He'll drop to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. 22 yards, the pickup there. Good for a Raider first down.
You certainly can't fault the secondary here. The coverage was almost too good downfield on third down. The quarterback realized quickly there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, decides to become a runner. He's able to pick up the first down and some.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Here's a toss, right side. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's third down. Now this time they'll look to throw. That is intercepted. Picked off by Rasul Douglas. And the Broncos will get the ball at their own 17-yard line. Now after the interception, we have an injured player to look at. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Nix. He'll take a shot with Mims.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. To get this complete, it's Thielen over the middle. And he will go all the way. Adam Thielen, touchdown Raiders. That's his 8th touchdown of the season. Daniel Carlson on to attempt the extra point. He's got it. And the Raiders are on top. It's now 10-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Now an opening past the 30. Still on the move. They're going to be set up with a short field. What a tremendous kick return. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Nix, now to throw it here on 1st down. He's got the tight end, Adam Troutman.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's Dobbins. And he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. Now a 3rd and 2. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. What's his kick? Is good. And the Broncos will level the score at 10 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Raiders offense and veteran wideout Adam Thielen set to take over once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the 1st half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw. He'll find Mostert out of the backfield. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. 2 minutes to play here in what's been an even 1st half. We'll return to Las Vegas after this. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? He'll look to throw. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Davis to return it. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Broncos offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins. 1st and 10. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. That was not what they were hoping for. He's going to go out of bounds behind the line. A loss on that one. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. He's got a man downfield. It's Mims. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. 2nd down. Nix. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. Now Nick's going to look to throw. Trying to set up the screen, but he just had to spike that one. This will be incomplete. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun. It's Nix. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Broncos get 3 here late in the 1st half to take the lead. So we reach halftime here, and the visiting Broncos are on top. As we send you to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with the EA Sports Halftime Report. It's all yours, Coach.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where you see the final score there. Isaiah Pacheco, over 100 yards in the victory with 2 touchdown runs as well. From there, it's off to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were winners in that game over the visiting Detroit Lions. Anthony Richardson, sharp in the victory, as his guys find the win column for just the 2nd time all year. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. Mecole Hardman, a touchdown reception. We were treated to a fine 1st half from running back J.K. Dobbins. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams. This is a very level 1st half,
team is out
and
on
I'd
the
expect
field.
to see more of the same
back to
after the break.
The kicks away. This is fielded inside the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Broncos offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. There's a short one taken by Ingram. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Great pre-snap identification by the quarterback, realizing that the blitz was coming and exactly where the soft spot in the defense would be. He's able to put that slant route right on the front shoulder pad of his receiver. Leads to a real nice run after catch and brings up 1st down.
On the ground, here's Dobbins. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll go play action with Nix. Got it into the hands of Mims. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing, Nix. To the right side, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a 1st down. They'll send a tight end in motion. Here's a run. What a move! He's in. J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown, Denver. 2nd touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. To return it, here's Raheem Mostert. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense ready for their first possession of this 2nd half. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9. Setting up 2nd and short. Man in motion here is Tucker. From the gun, they'll try to run it. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
They try the same thing and a similar result. Back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. Here comes 4th down.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
He'll take this in back at the 16. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The rookie, Bo Nix, and the Broncos offense getting set to take over once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. 2nd down and 8. Off the play fake, here's Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Throwing is Nix. Throw to the sideline. Well done. Good job with the feet. Stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes, they do, have the 1st down.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And he'll get this to about the 36-yard line. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Looking to set up the screen there, but he decides not to force it, and it's incomplete. Now, a second down throw for Nix. A throw right side, taken in by Boyd. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. Here's Nix to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Following the play, we've got a Raider who is shaken up down there. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal. This a 57-yard attempt. This one off the upright. He had the distance, but it's no good. And their lead will stay right where it is.
Mike, I'll tell you, off his foot, I thought he had it the entire way. I mean, sometimes you get lucky and the ball kind of kicks in off the upright, but other times you don't. And in this case, the upright sent it right back.
1st and 10. Flacco.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
That's caught left side by Bowers.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
A big one there on 3rd down, good for 26 yards.
You know, Mike, this is why they teach these guys to never give up on a run. There was multiple times there that he could have taken what he got, go down with the tackle, and lived to play another day. But he kept fighting, broke free, and then look at the play that resulted. Huge gain.
Stephon Gilmore there defensively to break it up. Now a give up the middle, and he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. To throw is Flacco. That's hauled in at the 2. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Big-time conversion there on 3rd down. Finding yourself trailing at the moment, the last thing you want to do is waste this promising possession. Now, with that throw, they find themselves deep in their opponent's territory. They have to come away with the touchdown to try to cut into this deficit.
They'll try to run this one in. Trying to fight his way into the end zone, but they will mark him short. Down at the 1. They'll go with him again. And this time, he's in. Touchdown, Vegas. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders are back within a field goal. The lead is 3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Darius Davis to return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Broncos offense, and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. Now he'll run. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
There was a lot of questions surrounding this quarterback about whether his style of play from college would transfer to the NFL game. Well, his ability to create with his legs certainly has here today. We see it with his ability to escape pressure out of the pocket, and he's able to pick up the first down. I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
And Nix with the wise move there at the end, sliding to a stop, but he's got the first down. He'll drop to throw. And this time the rush gets home, and down he goes.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now it's Dobbins. Fighting off defenders here. He'll churn forward and pick up 3. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down. The Broncos bringing out their punter as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Here's Flacco to throw. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Handoff here, up the middle, and he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. Throwing, Flacco.
So you decide to put the ball in the air deep in your own end zone. That's fine. But the internal clock of the quarterback, it's got to speed up even a little bit more. You cannot hold the ball in this part of the field. And tell you what, he takes the sack, but he's lucky it wasn't a safety.
The Raiders send their punt team out, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. That's taken in at the 50. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. They'll give it to Dobbins. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. A run with Dobbins. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
He'll take a shot with Mims. The veteran Jordan Poyer had the good coverage, and he knocks that one away. And the Broncos bring out their punter. They'll kick it away. And that's going to work out well. Out of bounds, and they mark it inside the 5-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's Flacco. That's the tight end, Mo Cox. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here we go. 3rd and a yard. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Oh, the ball's out. And the defense has it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. To the ground, a first down run, and he'll get about 5. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Now Flacco. That's to the right side and caught by Bowers.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And he's going to be out of bounds with a gain of 7. And that'll be enough for a first down. Flacco to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. They'll look to throw. There's that man again. Another catch.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
That's taken at about the 14. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The visitors' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Back to throw is Nix. To the outside, hauled in by Sutton. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Second down, Nix. He connects with Mims. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
On 1st down, here's Nix to throw. To the left side in the hands of Boyd. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. There's a short one taken by Ingram. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll throw. It's Nix. That's caught on the right side by Sutton.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Nix now on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing is Nix. To the right side, he's got Ingram, the tight end. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Marvin Mims. Touchdown, Broncos. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Mostert now to return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll motion over Thielen. Flacco. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Really nice job here by the defender. I mean, how often, Mike, do we see on these long downfield passes the defender kind of lose the ball in the air and get himself out of position? Well, that wasn't the case here. Really well done. And if I'm this quarterback, after these back-to-back incompletions, I got to find myself a little rhythm and take some easier throws.
Oh, looked like he may have hit a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Now Nick's going to look to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now a give on the ground, and he's going to weave his way forward. That's a first down at the 44-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. To throw is Nix. Got it into the hands of Mims. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll stick with him again. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
Left side, that's complete. It's Sutton. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the shotgun, here's Nix. A quick slant, caught by Boyd. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. They'll go play action with Nix. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
The motion man is Boyd. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Here's Nix to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up 4th down. On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. Now on 2nd and long. Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he's going to have the Raiders first down. They'll get the conversion. It's a gain of 14. To throw is Flacco. Quick throw, taken in. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Throwing, Flacco. The pressure gets there again, and again he goes down. Here's Flacco. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Now or never, they'll throw, and he's going to go down. The pressure, once again, too much, and that should wrap this one up.
So the key to this 4th down stop defensively was their ability to flush the quarterback out of the pocket. Anytime you can do that, you shrink the field, you limit the quarterback's options, and in this case, he can't find anyone, and ultimately, he goes down for a huge 4th down stop.
So it is a win for the visiting Broncos, and it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the 2nd time this year. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.